Hello, day 38 of the Lockdown Wildlife Diaries, and today I wanted to talk to you about feeding gulls, why we shouldn't feed the gulls. And I want to clear up first, there's no such bird as a seagull, and I've got to try and do this blog without mentioning the word seagull. The gull we have along our coast is commonly a herring gull. Around our coast we have great blackback gulls, less blackback gulls, black-headed gulls, Galatius gulls, Iceland gulls. There's lots of different gulls, but the ones that are a pest and that nick our pasties are normally the herring gulls, not seagulls. And we really shouldn't be feeding our herring gulls. What you'll often see down the beach and sometimes even in the park is you'll see people chucking out loads of bread. Like, I've seen people with a bin bag full of full loaves of bread chucking them out to the gulls. Now, why is this wrong? Well, the most common reason is gulls are then associating us with food and they're mobbing us. They're coming down, and I've had it in Broadstairs once. A gull come down and took a pasty right out my hand, and you'll often see all the tourists in the summer on our beautiful coast getting robbed by herring gulls. So that's the main reason we shouldn't be feeding them. And also, you've got to ask yourself, you're feeding the gulls bread. There's like no nutrition in bread. It's probably the worst thing you can feed an animal, especially in public parks where you see people feeding the ducks. They're chucking the bread in, and that's no good for the ducks. Bread is filling up their stomachs with nothing, and it often lays in the waterways and just rots. So don't go feeding our gulls bread. It's the worst thing you can feed them. And gulls are relying on keeping hydrated. Now, there's a few natural springs about and lakes and rivers where they're drinking from, but bread's just going to bloat them up and they're going to get thirsty, and a lot of the stuff they normally eat, like scavenging from the coast, it contains their water for their hydration. So we really shouldn't be feeding them that. And then, of course, the gulls are going to start relying on you, you know, and if you feed them regularly then you suddenly stop, they're going to struggle. And the other thing is, now this is a funny one, it's the natural world, but gulls do nest raid. I've seen gulls pick up ducks and eat them whole. There was a video I recently shared of a great blackback gull just swallowing a whole rabbit. So obviously herring gulls places on the coast, and they do move inland where new takeaway places are opening, and they're raiding bins and they're going through the tips. But they do pose a bit of a risk to our little songbirds and our nests. This is more apparent with the crows. In the mornings I see big mobs, murders of crows gathering out there, and you know, they're crows, they're going to be here, but we can upset the balance by feeding them. So just have a little think about it, and whenever I approach someone saying you shouldn't really be feeding the gulls, it does often end in a bit of a bad taste, but I'd like to let people know. So look it up, think about what you're doing. Thanks for watching.